Hello and welcome guys. In the previous video, we have done how to give the public and private routes so that not every user will be able to access certain kind of routes. So in this video, we are going to see how to decrypt the data which we have stored in our JWT token. So let's get started building our dashboard page. So if you check in our database, so far we have only one user. This is the mail I've created. So let's try logging into this mail. Let's jump back into our browser. So this is the application which we are building, and this is a completed and hosted website which is hosted on Heroku app. So let's try logging into our application. So this is the email ID I registered with. So let's log in with the same. Yeah, so this is the password. Let's try to click on submit. So now I came into the dashboard, but we need to have more features on this dashboard, right? So it should say who the user is logged in, what the details upon, and everything else. So this is the part we are going to build in this video. Let's jump into our VS Code and start building this page now. So far we are having this this H1. So we'll remove this and instead have one div parent div. Inside this div only we are going to give all other tags. So let's just go with the class name as a container. This will be the bootstrap class. So container will give me the good padding of top and bottom, even the left, right, the four sides of the page. And after that I'll have another div, and in this div I'll give a background class. So I want to have a background color of green. So we have a bootstrap class for green, right? So that is a pg success, and this will be having a padding of 5 on all four sides of the browser. So let me tell you how this looks so far now. So let's save, and when the compilation is ready, then we'll see the output how it looks in our browser. So before that, this is how it's looking, all white page and a simple h1 tag which tells us that as a dashboard. So after compiling, we are going to see the change. So let's wait, it's taking time to compile. Oh yeah, compilation is done. Yeah, so this is how it's looking. So what we are going to do is, here on this we are going to have as a dashboard name, and all other details are below. If you remove container, then we will be having this green color all to the left and right. So let's continue building the same. And as I've said, I want to have a heading on that as a dashboard. So dashboard, and I'll style this h2, so class name, and it should be in a white color because on green white will look good, and it should be in center. I'll show you this also how it looks once the compilation is done. So yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, we are going to make it center, right? So let's try to make it center. Okay, it was a typo, that's why it is not in the center. Now if we check, yeah, the dashboard is in center. You can give this as a h1 or any kind of tags, and also style it more according to you. We'll continue the next parts. After this h2, I want to have another div, like a different component. So div, and here I want to give margin and spacing from the top heading part, that is a green color which says a dashboard. So I'll have a margin top of 5, and the padding will be on all sides, 3 measurement. And here I'll have a button. So no price for guessing this button. Obviously we should have a logout feature also, right? Once the user is logged in, you should be able to log out successfully as well. So this button is for logout only. So we are going to give logout, and the color will be of red color. So logout is some kind of danger kind, right? So user should be able to specify that button relative to the other buttons. So I'll give btn there's a margin from top 3, and the BTN danger is a bootstrap class which tells it's a red color. And after that, I'll have a float end, which means it will be completely right words. So let's save and see how it looks. Yeah, this is good, but at top we'll see how it goes after building all other details. And don't worry, we'll be writing functionality for this logout button once we build all the other components in this page. And after this button, we'll have a break line, and then we'll have a h2 here which tells our name. So far we haven't decrypted the name from jwt token, right? So we are going to just write simply name here. Once we get that decryption of the token, then dynamically we'll get a name here. So then we'll be changing this name to a variable. So this will be of top 5, margin top 5. And here I'll also, while we're decrypting name, we can decrypt email also, right? So we'll decrypt email also. So after that, what we are going to do, we'll be having few other things like if the password the user wants to update password, he should be able to update. So we are going to do that also. So here I'll give another div, and class name I'll give a margin top 4. Another div, here I'll give a form here because updating we need to give the form, right, for user to update password or anything else. So here we'll give a class name of call md5 mx auto so that it will be in center, and mt3 is for margin top 5, and padding on both y-axis, that is top and bottom, it should be also 5, and px5, that is nothing but in x horizontal axis. So instead of giving this 2, we can give just p5, then it's one and the same. So let's see how it looks. Okay, and he name and email will be here, and down we need to have a form. Okay, then we'll create a card for a form. So div, and I'll have a class name for this div also. So class name card p3, and I'll have a white color card. It's your preference of what color card you want to be in your website. And I'll have a h2 tag so that everyone will know what this card means, what it will do. It will be of details you need to update here if they want to update. And the h2, I'll have a class. So class name, it should be padding top 4, and in x-axis it should be 4. So let's check how it's looking for now. Okay, update details. Okay, it down below we need to have a certain kind of form with a text fields. Okay, I'll give this as a text center. Whether it's center, yeah, it's centered. If you want, you can just give this to the name and email also text center, but we'll see after the decrypting how it looks, and we'll change according to that. And now, as I've said, we need to have a form here, right? So let's get started with our form. Yeah, this will be the form. And action is, we don't need any kind of action, which will just give a on submit on this. So on submit, yeah, you can see on submit at the bottom here. So there's a on submit, and the function will update later. So for now we'll just give as a update submit so that it won't throw us a error. Yeah, and it says this error, right? So we'll also just define broadly the empty function. So const update submit arrow function. Yeah, so now we won't be getting any kind of errors. Once we are ready with all our code, then we'll handle this update submit. And this is a form, right? We'll have a class name for this form as well. So class name, I need a margin from top, and x-axis also I'll have a margin. Then inside this I'll have a text fields. The first one will be of name. So class name, give this as a form group, which is a bootstrap class. So form group, and inside this div I'll have a h5 text, which a user should know what is going to enter here. That is nothing but a name. And here input field, so that will be the text because the name will be of a text value. And value for now, I'll just give this as empty. Okay, instead of giving empty while handling only, we'll give this a value also. And the class name I'll give as a form control. So form control. And we can also do one thing, the user need not to change username, because username while registering only, that will be fixed to a particular user, they can't change. So we can give that as a read only option. So read only option is nothing but when the user is going to do something there, it will just disable that input field, so that each user will have that uh, username to themselves only. And after that I'll give another div for another input field. So div class name of form group, and here I'll give another h5. So here another thing, the email address also they cannot change, right? If they change email address, then the whole account or the credentials will be lost. It will be completely changed. So that's why we are not going to let change the email address also. So this is the email, and the input field also will do the same thing. So input, sorry, I gave double I, it's a typo. So input, the type will be of text, whether the text or email, it doesn't matter actually, because we are not letting the user to interact with it. So class name form control, and this also read only. Now, what user actually can change is if they want to update their password, then they can do. But also, there's a one restriction here. First, they need to give their current password. If they know the current password only, then they should be able to update the password. Because if someone logs into your account and if you're away, what if some other person changes your password without knowing by you? So that's why we need to check first the current password is correct, then only we are going to let user update his password. So for that purpose I'll going to have another div. So div, and this shall be also of class form group, and I'll have a current password here. So h5 current password. Okay, and here I'll give a input, and this will be of type password because this is a password field the user will be entering. And we'll give here class name as a form control, and the placeholder enter current password. So yeah, So similarly we are going to create other two also, that means password, new password, and confirm new password. So I'll just copy paste those two. Yeah, and instead of having bunched it together, I'll give empty 4 for both of this. So empty 4, and here instead of current, I'll give as a new. So new, and here also I need to change enter new. Here the confirm new password. So confirm new password, and here also below confirm new password. So let's save this and check out our website how it got changed. So if you can see, this is the dashboard page. So once our decryption of token is done, you can see the email ID, the user logged in, and this is the update details. So if the user is logged in, then you'll have the name and email address here. Then if the user wants to change their password, first they need to give the current password, then a new password, and also confirm password also. Okay, we need to have this submit and top 5 here. Okay, we'll do those changes. This needs to have empty 4, and this also empty 4. Let's save this. Now we need to have the submit button. So before form only, we need to have this another div. So in this div I'll have a button tag which tells submit. Okay, I shall have a class for this div also to look it more good. So first of all, it should be in center because the complete form is in center, and the button also I'll style it with a submit button and empty 5, which is a margin top 5, and here I indicate type submit because it is a submit button. Yeah, so let's save this and check in our website. Yeah, we have this submit button here. So if you have any more details of your website, you can just add it here, and you can build many more things here. Because this course is about only about authentication, we have just built this dashboard with the details of the user, and if we want to update the update details. But this is just a template. If you are building any kind of security and beautiful websites, then you can just have this part of authentication right started, and you can have all the contents here. So this is the video about it. The next video we are going to write logics of how to decrypt the user and also how to update. So that's for this video.